Hi, and welcome to our Healthy Recipes for Kids Making Fruit and Vegetables Fun program. Today we are going to go over the healthy food plate and learn about the importance of eating a balanced diet. Then we are going to learn some fun, kid-friendly recipes that are sure to please. So let's get started. The new My Plate was created so that kids can better understand the proportions that they should be consuming at each meal. The old pyramid system was confusing and not very straightforward. You couldn't visualize very well what was happening on the pyramid or how much you should actually be eating. But with the My Plate setup, you can directly see how much of what should be on your plate. How many fruits, how many vegetables, and if you really need that big of a serving of mashed potatoes. You can eat whole fruits or sliced fruits. Either way is great, you're eating some fruit. But rather than fruit juices, make sure that you're eating the whole fruit. A fruit juice has lots of extra added sugar in it. Sticking with diversifying your colors, try and eat multiple colors of fruits a day. So try maybe a banana at breakfast, grapes for lunch, and sliced peaches for dinner. Moving on to veggies. The more veggies, the better. And the more different kinds, even better. The key here is diversifying your diet or trying a bunch of different things. Trying new things isn't always fun, but sometimes you find a new favorite. So maybe try the squash next time. Next, let's talk about grains. Go for a whole grain or foods that are made from less processed whole grains. The less processing, the better. Whole grains, whole wheat, brown rice, quinoa, and foods made from them, like whole grain pasta and whole wheat bread, have a gentler effect on your blood sugar and insulin than white rice, white bread, pizza crust, and other things like that. They also are higher in fiber, which is also much better for your gut. Protein. It's not just meat. Choose beans and peas, nuts, seeds, and other plant-based healthy protein options as well. Things like fish, eggs, and poultry are also great. Unless your doctor explicitly says you need to eat more red meat, like if you have an iron deficiency or something along those lines, try and limit how much you eat red meat and processed meats. So things like beef, pork, bacon, deli meat, hot dogs, sausages. And if you are going to eat those things, try and look for the things that are less processed or are given a healthier diet. Next, let's talk about dairy. For dairy, you should choose things like milk, yogurt, small amounts of cheese, and other unsweetened dairy products. I know they're not as exciting, but they're better for you. Milk and other dairy products are great sources for calcium and vitamin D. For things like plain yogurt, you can always make it taste just a little bit better by adding fruit or a little bit of honey to it. Lastly, let's talk about water. Water should be your drink of choice with almost every meal and snack. Water is the best thing that you can drink for your body. It's the thing it needs the most, and it's super convenient. You can get it at any water fountain and through any tap. Now that we've gone over all of the background info and why you need to eat certain types of food, let's jump into some fun recipes you're sure to love. For our first fun recipe, we're going to take some inspiration from the cooling weather outside. Let's make some pumpkin pancakes. For your ingredients, you're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin puree. The canned kind is perfectly fine. 1 3/4 cups milk, preferably non-fat, but whatever you have on hand, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and 3 eggs lightly beaten. First, on our steps to success, make sure you wash your hands with soap and water. Next, in a large bowl, combine both of your flours, the baking powder, salt, brown sugar, and pumpkin pie spice and mix it well. In a second bowl, combine the pureed pumpkin, milk, oil, and eggs. Mix until it's smooth and well combined and you don't see any lumps. Then, you're going to want to mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and mix them until they're just combined. You don't want to mix it for too long. Next, pour out the batter carefully onto a pre-greased and preheated skillet. Let the pancakes cook slowly until bubbles start to form on the top of the batter and the bottoms become a nice golden brown. Then you're going to want to flip them over and cook the other side until that's golden brown too. And now you can enjoy your pancakes. Top with a little bit of powdered sugar or pancake syrup and enjoy. If you're a fan of oatmeal or banana bread, this recipe might be right up your alley. Our next fun recipe is banana and oatmeal cookies. For these cookies, you're going to need 2 very ripe bananas. If you bought bananas last week Or you're buying bananas now in preparation and they get a little dark, just throw them in the freezer until you're ready to make them. You'll also need 1 cup of oats. These can be quick or old-fashioned oats. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and a 1/2 cup of raisins. You can always switch out these raisins for another fun treat. You can try nuts if you're not allergic, or another dried fruit. Try and experiment and see what you like best. On to our steps to success. First, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and let it get hot. Remember, you need to wash your hands with soap and water before you get cooking. Then, in one bowl, mash the bananas with a fork or a potato masher until they're mostly smooth. It's okay if they're a little lumpy. Then, you're going to want to add in the oats, cinnamon, vanilla, and raisins, or whatever your mix-in is, and mix it well until it's combined. Now you're going to put spoonfuls of dough onto a slightly greased baking sheet, or you can put parchment paper down. Then you're going to want to put them in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Make sure you check on your cookies. If they need some more time, you can leave them in for a couple more minutes. Just keep an eye on them. Once they're done cooking, make sure you let them cool down before you eat them, and then you can enjoy. For more information and other fun recipes like the ones included today, check out these resources that are on the screen right now. They're full of fun, kid-friendly recipes that are sure to please. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed our program. Make sure to try out these recipes and let us know what you think.